this message has to go to the most honorable person in this country, that is Mr. Amit Shah. We will die, but we will not let our constitution get compromised. He has to understand this. He has to understand his limits, that he has to function under constitution. Otherwise, he will be taken to task. Constitution will ensure that he is also taken to task. Nobody is above law, nobody is above constitution. He has to understand this sooner or later. They were also saying, I don't know what the reason was, but I was also shocked that even if he sent them there, why were they threatening me with these names? Again and again and again. You know what happened to Judge Loya. Could anybody do about anything about that? So who are you? What are you in front of Judge Loya? All these things were happening. The world knows now. 15 hours, best efforts of the best agency of the country could find zilch. They were about 15 to 20, all armed. They just entered and in a very threatening tone said that everybody stand up in their places and stop touching any computer and deposit your phones with us. So I inquired with them, what is the matter, who are you? So they said, we are from Special Cell and I am the IO, one Mr. Rajiv, who was leading the pack, it was visibly, and he was the one who was doing all the talking. So he came and said, I am Inspector Rajiv and I am the IO of this case and I have court orders to raid your place. So I said, very well, no problem. But at that point in time, I was absolutely submerged in my work. It was the last working day. There were so many matters which I had to handle. So I was, actually my mind was in my matters more, matter which was the prime matter. So I said, of course I would like to help you, and he told me that we have come here to see certain things. So I told him that you are free. My entire office is open to you. If you want, you can go anywhere. I have told all my staff to cooperate with you, whatever you want. You can take, but you have a search warrant or a raid warrant for that. Then I saw the raid warrant. It was not for seizing of anything. It was a very specific order under section 93, which only empowers the IO to do certain things which are mentioned in the order. And the order mentioned only two things. One, that there is I have to provide them with the access to my office email ID, which they were empowered to do that, to go into my email ID and look for one particular email message which my office email had sent regarding a particular person. I will not want to name that because of the, again, client-attorney relationship. All right. So I said, any of the computers you can do that because this is only thing which is mentioned in the warrant by the Honorable Court. And because my mind was elsewhere, I didn't even ask for their identifications and all, which normally I would have, and this is what we advise our clients also, but under the pressure. So then what they said, no, you conduct your hearing, and I was insisting that you can carry on because the order also mentioned that it has to be done in daytime. I said it's 12, so you carry on, finish your work. But no, they brought both the cameras which they brought to my room. They said, you know, you will do all the things after you finish. So I was basically on what the warrants were. So they were allowed to go into my email outbox and then look for that particular email which we had sent regarding a complaint connected to Delhi riots. That was the only thing which was allowed to them, and to search that they were allowed to search all my computers, both at my home and as my office. But since I said it is 1 minute job, I will open and give you the I will use my password and open it. So, but they said no, we'll wait, and then that hearing went for quite a long time. It was passed over also. So around 2:45 when I finished, then they kept standing here. Now, very interesting thing, they recorded even the court hearings, which is not allowed. So my client's, and he's also sitting outside my office. his confidentiality was also breached, because I had to take instructions from privileged information from him and argue the case. So, but they recorded the court proceeding also, which are absolutely prohibited as per the rules for recording or video conferencing hearings. But anyway, they did it. Then I, sitting here only in this office, I said that this is the outbox, you feed, but they were actually asking me that you give all the incriminating against material against your supposed client and also yourself, because if I am an accused, they were asking me to self-implicate. Said that is illegal, you cannot do that. I was only trying to politely tell them that all these are illegal things, and with client-attorney relationship, I will not tell. I will open it. The entire outbox is there. So you open it, but I will not allow you to access other detail. So that probably frustrated them. They were not expecting that this would be my response. They were expecting that I will refuse because there is so many hidden things. I said everything is open. Before I knew that this was a specific order, I said everything you take. No, you take off my clothes also. And they had actually searched my bathrooms also before I saw the order. Thereafter, nothing was to be found, of course. So that thing was finished very quickly. They inserted pen drives, took printouts, matter ends. Now they said, I want to see other computers. And all this while, they were also threatening me that Amit Shah has sent us there. We know we will find nothing here. Now all this is being video recorded by them, not by me, because our phones were taken away. It was much later when one or two of my colleagues got their mobile phone back that we could partly record certain things. But anyway, I don't know whether they were foolish or they were told by the Home Minister himself that you take my name because my name is having certain effect. So they were also saying, I don't know what the reason was, but I was also shocked that even if he sent them there, why were they threatening me with his names? Again and again and again. You know what happened to Judge Loya. Could anybody do anything about that? So who are you? What are you in front of Judge Loya? All these things were happening. Said, I am not afraid, so I will do whatever law says. So then all these things were happening now. Then thereafter said, we will want to look other computers also. But I did not want to get into any controversy because order said that they can check all the computers. But their purpose was, as permitted by the court, was solved here itself with the first computer. But in any case, they saw all my computers, all the computers we opened. They spent a lot of time there. This happened till around 6 o'clock. Around 5:30 or so, they even broke open one of my computers and probably stole certain things from there. I don't know. We've not checked it back yet. But videos of that are also available with us. Then we stopped them from doing that we will not allow you to snatch and rob things like this. Then with great difficulty they stopped and then again came in this room and then he said, you refuse in writing. We will give it to you in writing. You refuse, then we will not say anything. So I said, okay, I'll refuse. That is a fair thing to do. You complained that I have refused. Because I knew that anything now they were doing was totally illegal and it was criminal actually. Because the moment the power of law goes away from any person's hand, he becomes a common criminal, be it a police officer or a government officer or even a prime minister of the country. So I gave it in writing. So the notice he gave me, this chap who was claiming himself to be some Mr. Rajiv, was claiming himself to be IO and inspector, wrote the notice in front of my eyes. And then suddenly I was busy with work. So then I saw that there is some other person's name who's signed as an SI and IO. I said, you are not, that means you are not Rajiv. I said, I am Rajiv, but are you the IO? No, I am not the IO. I am a supervisor of the IO. Now that changed the entire scenario. Now this person becomes an illegal person, persona non grata to this entire exercise, for which only the IO was empowered by the court. So then I said, I don't recognize any of you. So he called someone also that this is the IO. Someone who was having a mask said he is the IO. I said he is not, poor chap, not spoken a word since morning. I have not even noticed him here. Now you are saying he is the main guy. I should have been interacting with him, not with you. So then we called 100 number. That this is an impersonator. He's taken some valuable information, which is a valuable security out of my computer by impersonating. This is all cheating, forgery, fraud, and also IT Act, because they have. So meanwhile, while all this was happening, we called police. They also brought in certain 2 computer people. No, this was before that only, before 6 o'clock. 2 computers with hacking devices they brought here, and they sat outside in my office. Cameras are here both. They started hacking our, which we objected. Then again, outside the cameras, you can imagine, when in camera they were saying so many things, outside you can imagine the atmosphere with so many people with guns. I did not want my juniors to, I am of a different, but I did not want my juniors to get hurt, so I was quite not very objecting to various things, because I don't want that they should get hurt or something like that. But anyway, so this chap, when the police came, I said that this is what has happened and I want to cooperate. I have been cooperating, but these are intruders in my office. Without a court order, they are intruders and they are criminals. So if you recognize them, if you identify them, I will let them proceed further. But I need some identification that this is the guy who is a police officer actually, because nobody was in, although their police statement is saying that they were in uniform. So all that will come in. You can see the main IO also, some of the social media, he is not wearing a uniform. He is in civil clothing. So anyway, the people who came from local police station, Nizamuddin police station, they identified both of them. So I said, I will still not cooperate with you, Mr. Rajiv, because you are not the IO. I will cooperate only with this new person who is the IO. So that thing again started, but meanwhile, because, and I will not stop giving that complaint because that offense has been committed. So I gave a complaint, so they gave a false counter complaint saying so many things. So I said, okay, you keep on doing that. So their complaint, again, it was our complaint. Their complaint was made as a reaction to our complaint, of false, of course, that I abused them and I threatened them. So all that is in video recording, whatever I have said, whatever they said. Anyway, so police did not record our FIR, but they registered another FIR against me. Thereafter, about 12 o'clock, with all this happening, they said finally that we are through, we have done everything. But all this while he was talking to someone, going down, talking to someone on phone, taking instructions, coming back for every little thing. Now around 12 o'clock, they said, "Odd goodbye, thank you very much, Mr. Prachal, thank you, and we are going." So they went downstairs. Then again he started talking to someone on phone and then came rushing back. No. But meanwhile, we also sent one of our chaps with them because he was going down. So he heard that they were saying, no, you have to bring that, the hard disks and the computers off. So he came running up and told me. So what they were then started saying was that, okay, we will just seal the thing. But I knew what their designs were. Then they brought lady officers also. So my lady staff was already sitting there and working. So we all requested them, initially with folded hands, that we've already refused. So he said, I'm not taking it away, I just want to seal it. But the idea was they would start sealing, which I was I got the information. The moment they will start sealing, they will pick up and then take out their guns and then take away with it. So that would seriously compromise the trust which all my clients, and I have clients like senior IS officer who are facing a lot of wrath of government. They are fighting against corruption. People who are best names in fighting corruption, who have got international prizes. People like that are also my clients. So I could not compromise their security, their safety because of anything, because I could not protect their data. There are various private clients. There are matrimonial disputes. The husband will pay crores to get that information about the wife. So all these things are there. So I could not. So I was protecting as a matter of my right of self-defense. I was trying to protect my duty as a lawyer. Then ultimately he got frustrated. He was again, things of Amit Shah were continuous. Threatenings about Amit Shah being this and were continuous, and that will show tomorrow when we get the video recording of the entire 15 hours. Everybody, the world will see that. Anyway, then they started assaulting us. Then they brought ladies and they said that we will get cases registered against you for molestation of every trick under the sun. I was hurt also because I have a back problem, so they knew about it, so they were hurting me in my back. So all that is also visible in the video. But ultimately, then they got another phone call. Then they kept setting, we will do it any case, one way or the other we will do it, but if you allow us, we will not hurt you, and go like that. But I didn't allow, so by 3 o'clock they went back. This is what happened on the 24th. So their objective was, as I could see, but somehow I was lucky, was either to snatch away the computer hard disks containing not only cases and evidence against the many RSS and BJP functionaries, which we have solid proof with us, which has been obviously provided to us by various clients, that I had to protect, and also, as I said, various other clients who I'm duty bound to protect their. So that was the idea, to snatch that thing away, or in the melee, if they could get a situation created where they could shoot me down or something. That is what idea which I got from this entire exercise, because they were openly telling me, we know all the agencies are after you. They have been put after you. IB is fully investigating you day and night. NIA is after you. They are investigating you. We are investigating you. So we know you are not doing anything. Otherwise, we would have picked you up long time back. You were one of the first persons to be picked up. But because you are not having anything, so our case will fall in 1 second. Therefore, you have not been picked. But this time is something else. You are tracing it back to the ultimate boss. So then we are majboor. Actually, I don't find, actually, from hindsight, I don't find any mistake of the police officers. They were under so much tremendous pressure. It was writ large on their faces also. When they were used to, especially when they were out of camera's range, they would plead with me also, sir, हमारी भी नौकरी चली जाएगी क्या, आप तो बच ही जाओगे. ये सब मुझे बोल रहे थे कि आप तो फिर भी क्या है, आपके अंदर क्या है, इसमें कुछ भी नहीं होगा. मैंने कहा नहीं दे सकता भाई मैं, ये मेरे क्लाइंट की वो है. आई एम ड्यूटी बाउंड टू प्रोटेक्ट देम अगेंस्ट ऑल ऑड्स. समझो, मैं ये भी बताया कितने लॉयर जेल चले गए इस बात को, लेकिन उन्होंने इन्फॉर्मेशन डाइवर्ज नहीं की. हम वकील हैं, हमारी जो जिम्मेदारी है वो सबसे ज़्यादा होती है. यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. बट उनकी भी मजबूरी थी. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. दे वर फोर्स्ड टू डू ऑल दैट. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट हैपेंड बिटवीन 12 o'clock from the 24th onwards till 3 o'clock, almost 2:45, 25th. Was it a case of robbery of the Reserve Bank? Was it a case of multiple murders? What is the allegation against me? Allegation against me is that someone came to me and I helped him draft a complaint, where after some time he said, under whatever pressure or even without pressure, for some reason he says that I did not say a few things in the complaint which Mr. Pracha may have added. That is the entire evidence against me. Now, if this is the parameter, I think every lawyer in the country would be behind bars. And this is a trivial matter of, in comparison to what all has happened in the Delhi violence. It's a trivial matter of a looting of a shop. But the target is me. That is not important because it's such a small case. Best allegation against me is under 182 IPC and 193. There is no other allegation as per the police. I'm not saying that my version. As per the police also, this is the only version. That's why they only got the warrants also only to look into one of the email of my outbox, not the entire thing. So that being the case, what do you think? Why 200 people down, 15 to 20 people up with guns, with the mobile hacking devices, with the Mr. Rajiv openly saying that we have 25 computers down also spread around. मैंने पूछा उनसे कि are you also brought the dumb data devices from wherever you keep them here? he said, आपको कैसे पता डंप डेटा डिवाइस क्या है? मैं भी तो आई एम अ क्रिमिनल लॉयर ना, मुझे सब पता है, मुझे क्यों नहीं पता होगा? तो all this for what? Some 50 to 20 lakh, 50 to 1 crore must have been spent in this 15-20 hours by the police. For what? What was the greatness about this? So ultimate the thing was they wanted to take away and destroy that evidence. Most of my other clients, some of them held a press conference also yesterday, they are repeating the same story. That we have been threatened, we have been told you remove Mr. Pracha as your lawyer, otherwise he will be killed. Then what will do? Okay, they are also explaining to people that okay, Mr. Pracha will not be afraid. He will defend you and he will save you also. But what if we kill Mr. Pracha? What if we send him into prison? Who will save you then? So all these kind of psychological games you are playing with poor innocent people. You are putting them, I will give you dozens of examples where they have lived up to their threats. People who still continued complaining, they registered cases against them, sent them to prison, and when they came out about 2 weeks back, then they entirely changed their version. Then they are in fact persuading and pressurizing these people who had made complaints that you compromise with the BJP office bearer. So is this rule of law? And do they think any Ambedkarite worth his salt will stand down to this? We will not. We will give our lives. Baba Sahib Bhimrao Ambedkar has suffered so much. We are not even suffering 1% of what he suffered that time. We are not afraid. We will die, but we will not stop following and saving his constitution, come what may. This message has to go to the most honorable person in this country, that is Mr. Amit Shah. We will die, but we will not let our constitution get compromised. He has to understand this. He has to understand his limits, that he has to function under constitution. Otherwise, he will be taken to task. Constitution will ensure that he is also taken to task. Nobody is above law, nobody is above constitution. He has to understand this sooner or later. There are only two things which are going to happen. We will collect all the evidence. And the tracing back thing is going up to the highest level, that is Mr. Amit Shah, the Honorable Home Minister. We will produce all the evidence before the court, or we will be killed. There is nothing else which is going to happen. Third option is there also, but that will also be only for the time I am arrested and put behind bars. The moment I come back, I will restart all these things. So these are the three options. Either I am eliminated, then other people will join. I want to be an inspiration to other people. If I am shot by this government and their agents, other people should take up. And there are a lot of youngsters. We are nothing in front of them. There are so many Ambedkarites who will do a much better job than us. So let me be that inspiration to them. 1. 2, that they will put me behind bars under any false charge. The world knows now. 15 hours, best efforts of the best agency of the country could find zilch, as we jokingly talk amongst ourselves. 15 घंटे 15 ऑफिसर 500 ऑफिसर्स दूसरे नीचे, पूरी सरकार मिला क्या हर जगह, हर फाइल के नीचे से जय भीम, हर टेबल के ऊपर से जय भीम, हर फाइल के अंदर, हर कंप्यूटर के अंदर जय भीम ही मिलेगा हर जगह से, और कुछ मिलना ही नहीं है. तो उसके लिए क्यों इतनी मेहनत करनी? तो हम ये मजाक में आपस में यही करते हैं, मिला क्या इतने घंटे और इतने लोगों के बाद भी, जय भीम. और लोग वो तो हम वैसे ही बोल रहे हैं जय भीम. तो तीसरी चीज़ ये है कि दैट वी विल शो टू द वर्ल्ड, एंड दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. एंड स्पेशली पीपल who under these present circumstances have started doubting the capability of Indian Constitution, that it is not able to protect the rights of the most deprived sections of the society, especially more than the Muslims, scheduled caste community, scheduled tribe communities. They are suffering more than Muslims. So people are getting, especially the weak, the deprived sections of our society, that they are not safe. Constitution is not able to protect them. We want to instill this confidence in these people, that look here, despite all these odds, despite all the compromises which have been made in various institutions, Constitution is still powerful enough to get them justice. It's only that we have to work a little harder, and in that I think people, lawyers community should come forward as the safeguardian or the biggest protector of the constitution, and other brave people also should come forward and stand in front of these weak people who are deprived, who are weaker sections of the society. Then only we will be able to save the country, because country will survive due to this constitution of Baba Sahab Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. The moment we weaken it, the country will not survive. It is Baba Sahab only and Baba Sahab only which is the spirit behind this country. People are not probably realizing this now, but it is he and he alone which is keeping this country together.